Hi there, this is a video I recorded for advancedcaricature.co.uk. This is included in lesson 1 of the intermediate level, and it's a painting of David Bowie done in Photoshop. This is a very speeded up version, so it's probably times 10, times 15 even. It was a painting I did over the space of 5-6 hours. So it's compressed down into 5 minutes. Sorry. And it's also very pixelated. The version on the course will be more higher resolution and slightly longer, so I can go into more detail about my thought process and so on. I'll just make a few comments about this as we go along. You noticed I was painting onto a photograph of some weave. I think it was some yarn, or it was a textured photo of some weave anyway. And the reason I was doing that was because I spend a lot of time painting in oils and watercolor and on canvas and board and so on. I'm always working with texture in the real world, and when I'm moving to Photoshop, it's like I've got withdrawal symptoms, and I want to get that back. So, I'm always trying to look for texture, and even in the brushstrokes. So I try and keep the brushstrokes as loose as I can, and to start off by painting onto a texture is a good place to start, because if you start painting onto a blank file, you've got nothing to that can show through, and I left some of the texture of that photo just poking through in places, and then added some more textures on towards the end. So I added some textures to my brushes, and try not to render too much, because I think we can get hung up on rendering. It should really be more about shapes and getting the structure and likeness and good values, and those are the main things that I talk about in my course, and that I teach, is that I try to get people away from putting emphasis on rendering, because there's no point in having good rendering if you haven't got a solid sketch underneath, or some solid shapes, or a solid likeness, or the essence of the person isn't there. So we tend to forget why we're painting something, because especially with digital now, there's it makes it so easy for anyone to render really highly. So that's what I want to try and get across, is that we need to move away and take a step back from the detailed rendering, and look at why we're actually painting something. And it makes it more fun. That makes the process more fun as well. And if we do decide that we want to render something to a higher degree, then we're going to have more fun doing it, and the process is going to be more be quicker and more fluid, and it's going to come across to the viewer as well, hopefully. So you can see that I've left some of the textures around the hairline there. I just didn't want to get rid of them. They look really nice. They give it a more realistic feel. I mean, given a choice, I would always go for oils or watercolor, but sometimes it's fun to take a departure and go back to digital. So why did I choose David Bowie to paint? Well, I was going to enter this into the Caricaturama 3000 Showdown competition on Facebook, and which I think is a really great great event that happens every week. I have a lot of fun watching all the entries and sometimes participating as well. And thank you to everyone who's voted for me for the times where I've won. It's not really about winning. It's all about it's about learning and just practice. It's practice is everything. But I do see a lot of people making same mistakes every week. So I think it does need another dimension to it in terms of how people get feedback from the work that they post. This is why I put so much emphasis on the critiques on my course. And when I say critiques, I mean the video critiques, because I can critique via email as well. But the video critiques, I can go through changes that can be made, and I can show you visually how something can be improved, and changes to the features to improve lightness, how you can change structure, and there's nothing that can't be achieved, in my opinion. And having this visual tool is that we can use over the internet is just so important. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up and just show you the final artwork. And if you want to know more about the course, please email me. You can get my details at advancedcaricature.co.uk. Thank you for listening, and goodbye for now.